This video is for the person that is ready to leave the country. You keep seeing yourself somewhere and it is not here. Seeing different lands, speaking different languages, eating different foods. Your nervous system operating at a normal pace. You see a completely different version of yourself. And every time you think of yourself in this reality, the leap that is required for you to get from here to there is almost unimaginable. So let me tell you something. You don't need to reinvent yourself. You need to create a bridge. Just because your reality is not showing you what your mind wants, it does not mean that it is fake. It means you need to pull it out of the ethers into the physical. It requires you to translate it. Now hear me out. It's time for you to have a quantum leap. And I'm not talking about you magically going through portals. I'm talking about when you make a decision and you collapse time and space. It's the moment you go from I can see it happening to I live here now. Because you've already been there in your mind. You already know what that new condo is going to look like. You already know the little shops around the corner where you want to go. You can already picture your morning rituals. You've searched flights, you've researched visas, passport ready to go. You already know what the weather's supposed to be like. The exchange rates, you got it. You might already know more about the neighborhood than you know the whole town. But the problem is visualization has limits. The dream stays a dream until you take the action that is scheduled for today. I want to help you close the gap. All right, so we're going to take your visualization, for instance, right? You got to work backwards. All right, your goal, let's say it's to get there within the next 6 months. You already know what that process looks like. You're going to have to get on the plane. So we're going to work our way up to the airport. We know that that is 6 months from now. But what's required at month 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? What's required this week? Your passport? Your visa requirements? Do you need to start figuring out how to get rid of your car? Do you need to reduce some of your debt? Do you have a savings plan? Baby, what you gonna do with all them clothes? We gotta talk about health insurance, housing, transportation. Do you have a business or do you have a job? What happens if you hate it there? What happens if you love it there? I always tell you, the mind wants to solve problems. So let's start with the first problem. Your mind does not like unknowns. So you are going to have to go get data, information that you can use. So let's get it some evidence. Open up that bank account. Put an actual label on it that says savings for whatever country it is that you're going to. Join groups. Find your community. If you know you're not going to take it, sell it. Look up the classes for the languages and start learning a few phrases every week. By the end of the month, you'll know 20 phrases. Call the immigration office to learn more about a visa and let someone actually walk you through the steps. You don't have to figure it out on your own. And here's another reason why it feels like a stretch. You're used to living your identity here. But why don't you go ahead and start creating your routines for there? Who are you when you go ahead and get rid of your car and start having to think about transportation in different ways? Who are you when the meals you're accustomed to don't have those ingredients available anymore and you're needing to learn how to make new dishes? Happens when you don't have a stove anymore. So here's the assignment. Pick a location. Pick a realistic departure window. Write down 5 things that must be true for you to leave. And figure out, what do you need to do the first 72 hours after you land? Now, remember, I told you your mind likes to solve problems. Every time you complete a task, your mind will feel like it's gotten closer to the solution. And the day you catch your flight is not the evidence of you going. It's today, when you make the decision that it's time for you to move. That's it, that's all, that's the message. Bye, baby.